once again, today we are on the beautiful Rottnest Island for this episode 6 of this year's Ocean Photographer of the Year Winners Week. I'm Lizzie Daly. I'm joined once again by the editor of Oceanographic magazine, Nane Steinhoff, and we're here today to reveal and celebrate the winner of the Young Ocean Photographer of the Year, and actually a brand new prize as well, the Human Connection Award, People and Planet Ocean. We'll be talking a bit more about that later on. But first, what's the criteria for the Young Ocean Photographer of the Year?
I think it's a very special category for people that are 25 years old or younger. And we created it to have a space for young talent to showcase their work without having to compete with photographers that have been around for years. So judges are looking for images that stand out, that show a clear ocean literacy. And yeah, I think every entry this year has shown that.
Yeah, I think it's an exciting award because you get to see who is coming up the ranks when it comes to photography and gets to kind of build up their craft at an early age. So brilliant to have this again this year, and let's take a look at some of those runners-up. In third place, we have Julian Jacobs with this brilliant image of a brown pelican in a dynamic environment. So tell us more about what the judges thought of this image.
Yeah, it's a beautiful split shot. I mean, it's so hard to get a perfect split shot, and I think the photographer did it really well. There's the brown pelican in the middle in the underwater world. Sadie Quarrier, one of our judges this year, said it's very nicely executed. There's also a nice backstory behind it. So the photographer ruptured his eardrum and couldn't dive for a few weeks. And then as soon as he got back in the water, he was able to follow these pelicans for a few hours and then slowly inch closer and got to take the shot. And what a capture.
Yeah, I think we get lots of entries of seabirds, obviously from land, but to get it from the sea with so much more into it, I have to say, brilliant job to you, well done. And in second place, we have Nicholas Hahn with this fantastic capture of bonding orca. So tell us more about the story of this photo.
Yeah, it's already such a hard task to photograph orcas and orca behavior, and how the photographer did it as well. It's just special, with the light beams accentuating the white markings on the mother and the calf showing the playful nature. The image is simply made by the contrast and the choice of the photographer shooting it in black and white.
In terms of behaviour, this is an image that really stood out to me, but like you said, it's the colours, it's the intimacy of this interaction, so absolutely brilliant. Well done to you, Nicholas Hahn. But of course, we need a winner, and the winner of the Young Ocean Photographer of the Year is Ryuta Ogawa with this brilliant split shot of a young green sea turtle. So tell us what the judges thought about this image.
Yeah, it's such a lovely split shot again. You've got this great focus on the turtle. It's nicely framed by the shape of the water, and we've got this gorgeous reflection on the surface. Of course, the vivid colors. And yeah, as the photographer said, these hatchlings, they go on these really long, arduous journeys. And despite all this and having this long journey ahead of him or her, it looks calm and serene and determined to make it.
Absolutely. We actually caught up with Ryuta to tell us more about this image.
I've always had a love for the ocean. So for university, I studied marine science at the University of Hawaii. After I graduated, I moved to an island called the Ogasawara Islands, which is located in the south of Japan. And that's where I took this photo. The island is a spawning site for sea turtles, and August is usually when the turtles start hatching. So there's usually a good number of turtles that kind of make it out of their nests and head out to the ocean. And I think this usually happens during nighttime, but sometimes turtles get left behind in the shallows, and I guess that's what I came across, a baby sea turtle on that day. When I come across wildlife in the ocean, I try to focus on kind of staying relaxed and blending into the background, I guess. Kind of just floating there, moving very slowly. And those are usually the times when I get the best encounters and best photos, because the animals kind of start relaxing by your presence. Sometimes they'll approach you because they're curious. Sometimes they won't care about you at all and they'll just swim by. But I usually find that that's kind of the best way to get nice photos, is not to aggravate them in any way and try to kind of just be one with the ocean. It's important that people can get exposed to these beautiful photos of the ocean, because a lot of people just don't know what creatures are in the ocean or kind of how beautiful the underwater world is. And I think without knowing that kind of things, you don't care as much for the ocean. As humans, we kind of have a responsibility to make sure that other animals have a place on Earth for the future. We've all got to do small parts, and I think sharing these beautiful photos is one thing that we could do as this ocean photography community to spread the message to more people, I guess.
It's brilliant to hear the backstory of these photos, isn't it?
Yeah, it's such a powerful image from such a young photographer, and we all can't wait to see what he shoots next.
Absolutely, one to look out for the future. Next up, we have the Human Connection Award, People and Planet Ocean. This is an exciting category because it's brand new, but what were the judges looking for in this one?
Yeah, I'm really excited about this one. One of our judges, Christina Mittermeier from Sea Legacy, she proposed introducing this category last year to celebrate our species, humans, being a part of nature and not being apart from it. So the judges look for images that portray that through their lenses to show the individual connection with the ocean through their photos. That could be a marine biologist doing their work, or a free diver exploring caves, or anything like that, anything that shows the connection with the blue planet.
I remember that from last year, the judges really emphasised that human connection, and I guess for anyone watching as well, you will also be looking for those images that stand out to you. You have that moment where you see how important the ocean or the story really is. So it's an exciting category, and let's take a look at the runners-up. So in third place, we have Redim Climbs with this brilliant image of a surfer. Tell us more about how this image was captured.
Yeah, I think it's a really beautiful story behind that. The photographer made really deliberate, creative choices that just come nicely together in this. This is beautiful black and white image that just perfectly embodies the aesthetic of the ocean. The photographer said that he shot it in overcast settings and edited in black and white to not have any distractions around the image. And yeah, the outcome, you've got this surfer floating effortlessly on the ocean. And I think it just shows the human connection part really beautifully.
Yeah, this actually took me a minute to figure out what was going on, but when you kind of really take a minute to appreciate the surfer, the calmness of the ocean, I think they've captured it perfectly. So a well-deserved winner for third place there. In second place, we have Simon Lorenz's image of a turtle. Nane, this is one of my favourite. Not only have you got the human, the turtle in there, but the sheer volume of this ghost net that's kind of weighing this turtle down, standing for so much that we see when it comes to pollution in our oceans. What did the judges say about this one?
Yeah, it's such a powerful human connection story that really, speaks for the new category. The backstory is that the diver in the background uses a machete, and it takes him around 30 minutes to free this turtle. Luckily, the turtle was unharmed and was able to swim away. But, the image just shows the human connection perfectly. One of our judges, David Dubile, said this image is storytelling, and I think, yeah, it's very correct.
It's got everything in there, the human, the turtle, the environment, the perils that our oceans are facing. It's absolutely stunning, so well done to you. But of course, as always, we have to have a winner. It's tough, isn't it, with all these categories? But I'm so thrilled to say that the winner of this category is an image taken by Steve Woods of a sperm whale next to a free diver. So talk us through this image, because there's lots going on, but actually the beauty of it is really captivating.
I think it's a very deserving winner. You've got these great colours from the sargassum floating around the whale and the diver, and you can see the sheer size difference between them two. It's just really impressive, and it really shows human connection and the real sense of the two species connecting with each other.
This image actually speaks very well to Steve Woods' work, which continues to build this connection between us and our natural world, and we caught up with Steve Woods to tell us more.
I've been into photography since I was young, and then about 29 years ago I learned to dive. I was able to get into the natural world, get underwater, really look and learn and appreciate everything. And then once I'd started a career in photography, working for newspapers and trying to tell stories, I merged the two kind of careers together. The particular image in question was photographed under a government permit in Dominica. We'd actually been out on the ocean looking for sperm whales for quite a while, and for a good few days we hadn't seen anything at all. Nothing was happening, so we were starting to get a little bit despondent. All of a sudden on one of the days, the ocean just kind of erupted. Sperm whales were absolutely everywhere, and this particular whale, she was really interested in us and would come directly towards us to investigate us. One of my good friends, Candice, actually, she just kind of duck dived down and swam to kind of get a better view of the scene that was kind of happening. You had this huge whale slowly coming out of the depths into the scene, and then a tiny little human just looking completely in awe. And then with the little specks of seaweed around, it really just made the frame. So as soon as I saw this whole scene kind of just opening up in front of me, I just started to kind of click the shutter and see what was going to happen. But yeah, it was just such a insanely amazing moment. I think it's really important to photograph the natural world and be able to show people, humans in that environment, so that other viewers, whether they're on the underground, whether they're going to work, whether they're, just scrolling through their phone, as long as they can see that we occupy the same planet as these absolutely wonderful animals, so that people can make a connection. So then hopefully by doing that, we can really stir some emotions up and really push for change in order to protect these animals.
So there we have it, our very first winner of a brand new category.
Massive congratulations to Steve Woods.
And congratulations once again to today's winners. As always, to take a closer look at the winners and all other finalists, head over to www.opy2022.com or go to the Instagram channel to catch up on all of this week's episodes. That is all we have time for today, but do join us tomorrow for the epic conclusion of this year's Winners Week. We'll be announcing the winner of the Female 50 Fathoms Award and of course the big one, the Ocean Photographer of the Year 2022. It's not one to be missed. Same time, same place, see you then.